last evening was the first time that I had baked cookies in a long, long time. That's what I had chosen to prepare as my contribution to the culinary competition. And so I decided, I went to Giant last night. I hope that it's okay to mention a specific grocery store, but I went to Giant and picked up some packages of Betty Crocker chocolate chip cookie mix. So I brought them home, and I also got some extra Ghirardelli chocolate chips to put in the mix. So in any case, I started out with the first batch. And it called for a stick of butter, which is supposed to be softened but not completely melted. I put it in the microwave for 20 seconds. I opened the microwave and discovered that it had completely melted, but I put it in the bowl and mixed it up with the chocolate chip cookie mix. I put in the egg, I put in the extra Ghirardelli chocolate chips, and dotted them onto the cookie sheet as recommended and made these cookies, which actually turned out perfectly, exactly the right size, not at all burnt on the bottom of them. They were spectacular. But anyway, I thought, well, but I didn't really follow the directions. I had melted the butter, so maybe I should use a stick of butter that's just been left out for a while but not actually melted. So I did that. I took a stick of butter that had just been sitting around on the countertop for a while, and I used that to make the second batch of cookies. And what happened was that the batter was lumpy. And I couldn't imagine baking lumpy chocolate chip cookies. And so the only thing that I could think of to do was to melt another whole stick of butter and mix that in, which I did, and it then melted the lumpy butter that was in the batch, so that was okay. And I again spotted them on the cookie sheet, and what I discovered in the next 10 minutes was that in fact that it had made the batter too runny, and that the cookies had actually all run together and formed a chocolate chip crepe. So anyway, so that was very interesting. I used a knife to cut out the cookies in the conventional cookie shape. And then for my third batch, I decided that I would perform yet another experiment. And this was to use 1.5 sticks of butter rather than 2 or 1 to see whether or not maybe that would give a happy medium. So I did that, and in point of fact, those cookies also ran together, but not perhaps quite as badly as the first batch. So anyway, I've learned a lot in terms of following directions. I've learned that probably the Betty Crocker company has carefully titrated exactly the amount of powder in their cookie batch so that it's right for the amount of butter in 1 stick of butter. So I know better than to deviate from that. But you know, it is an experience, and so I thought that just to make up for my sins, that I would bring some funfetti frosting to put on those cookies, just in case people felt that they were in some way deficient. So anyway, the butterlicious chocolate chip cookies with funfetti frosting are my production, and I'm proud of it. So anyway, that